Welcome to another episode of YY Crypto. Today we are going to be looking at Sui. More or less, not so much the crypto. Let's go to the screen mode here. Happy Saturday. But we're going to be looking at why you should invest in a crypto, or if you find a crypto and you're new and you're like, how much money should I put in? Why should I put it in? Should I put it in now? If you just bought a crypto and you're like, my God, it just tanked. Why am I even doing this? So I'm going to walk you through a couple scenarios. More than likely how you found your journey and all that good stuff. And then possible ways to put, money back into it where you feel comfortable. So first, we are going to go to super tiny mode. And we'll get rid of this. And your best friend, or one of them you probably go to, is YouTube. What do we got? Brace for impact. Sweet, it's going to the frickin' moon. All this stuff. So you watch your videos, you do some of your due diligence, and then you decide, okay, let's go to CoinMarketCap or Gecko or wherever you like to go. And let's go, normally it'll look like this. I like to click on all. And then we'll get a rough idea of like the opener, the crash, it goes all the way up, it pulls down. If you bought here, you're hating life. If you bought here, you're like, you're not too bad. But anyway, you can see all of this transitions and, from the low to the high. Why did it crash? What happened? Another thing you can look for is you can look for the website when you're getting into a coin. Watch the videos. I'd recommend going to the website too. Learn about what it is. It's kind of like conviction, giving you that extra little bit of knowledge that, why do you want to use for it? Who's going to build, click around, man. I'm going to let you guys do this. I don't want to do it. But here's the investors. What are they offering? What can you expect from the chain? Who's the players? All that good stuff. It's a deep rabbit hole, folks. But you can go there. You can also click on the white paper. So what I'm getting at is you got your conviction. You're ready to put the money in. How much should you put in? And is it the right time? So most of the time when a crypto first launches, it's going to be at a fairly high price, and then you're going to get a sell-off. And then what happens after that is you get the hype train coming in. A lot of people start buying it up, and you get a lot of YouTube guys pushing it after they've already bought it because they're dicks. But then that shoots the market all the way up, and then it crashes, and there's a lot of things that go on. But one of the things I would always look for when you're getting into crypto is, when are the investors, or when are the people that put the most amount of money into the coin, when do they get allowed to sell? When do the team members of the corporation get to sell some of their coins to try to keep the business going? And there's a whole bunch of things that go on when cryptos launch. You got to pay your team, you got to create this great product. You might do a fair launch and you decide, hey, it is what it is, let's just let it ride. Or you might have, investors, and then they're going to want to know when they can release their tokens onto the market and recap some of that investment. And that's kind of a neat time to buy, so to speak. So if we go to a site called cryptorank.io, and you go up here, you just type in the coin you're looking for, and you can kind of get the whole spreadsheet going. It's really kind of a neat little site. I've covered it before. Here we go down, we got the website. Are they hot on Twitter? What's going on? As you continue, you got a little bit of charting. You got the team. Anytime you can see the faces of the team, that is always a good thing. And what you're looking for really, though, I'll let you guys play around with this when you get to it, but you want to click on vesting. And you want to get an idea of, this is kind of the little pie chart on when are they doing the unlocks. right? When is this happening? You can scroll over it and it'll give you a rough idea, how much are we how much is allocated, when's that hitting the market? And then you have your continuation of charts over here. Now, if I take the mouse and I just scroll over, the next unlocks in 15 days, and it's 28% of all altcoins. So 27 million, 27.84 million is coming out. So in 15 days, more than likely, you might see this price drop even further. So a couple of investment strategies would say, if I want to pick up some of the coin now, maybe I can dollar cost average. So I sprinkle a little bit in now. I do a little bit next week. That might be the safest way, mentally. That way you're like, it goes up a little bit, goes down a little bit, no loss to me. Doing this for, later on down the line, 2025 November, or maybe further. That is kind of takes a lot of the stress away. Or you can look at a vesting schedule and you can say, you know what, I'm going to wait till the tokens dump on the market. I'm going to hope we get a decent dip. And then I'm looking, let's see, we got to go back to charts. Maybe we'll go back here. I'm looking for a pullback, maybe below $1. Somewhere around here. If it dumps even further, I'm going to put the majority of my money in there, and maybe I'm happy with it. If it drops down further, so be it. But, I like the surge. I think it's going to, clear that easily, and then some in the bull market. So what I'm getting at is when these allocations are given to people and they're allowed to sell, a lot of times they're going to sell because they got in at the rock bottom and they want their money back. And that creates a nice buying opportunity for you, and it keeps you from kind of looking at, that top and buying at the top. So it's kind of a neat thing. It is cryptorank.io, and you can use it from, a lot of different coins out there. Play around with it. Make it your friend. But that's all I got. More or less. Let's shrink this back down. We'll go to the bigger screen. Look at that logo. That's all I got for this week. I would still say if you're new to crypto, DCA is your best bet. That way you're not putting everything in at once and you're kind of sprinkling it around. But the more you play around with these sites, the more you realize, oh man, this many tokens is hitting the market. That should bring it down, quite a bit. You would have to have quite a bit of hype to overcome all of that. A bunch of money's coming out. That much money and more has to come into the site in order to offset it. So I would use that site for sure. And just remember, when you take profits, in order for you to take profits, someone else has to be on the other end losing money. So play it wisely, do your research. But yeah, man, I think that site will help out everyone. So that's all I got today. Have a wonderful weekend. I am hitting the stop record.